No. A metal block of heat capacity 80 joules placed in a room. Okay, we have a room. There's a room. Is heated electrically. This is one. Okay, let's get into this one. Temperature of room is 20. Initially, this will also 20 degrees Celsius. There's a metal block. There's a heater coil. pH, I'll write it. Heater will supply, and there's a room. Okay, now we'll start with this one. The same method. Initially, the block will receive heat from the heater as well as from the room. At the same time, it will emit. So initially what will happen is the moment you switch on, when switched on, power absorbed is equal to power emitted. Power absorbed is power of heater plus sigma A, temperature. Room temperature is T naught. Power emitted should be equal to mass into specific heat into rate of change of temperature of the body. Heat capacity is available for us. So substituting this, P heater plus sigma A T naught to the power of 4. M into S is what we have 80, and is asking and okay, now after this heat capacity we know it, no? So I'll call that as S, or C. I'll write it, C into dt by dt. Also we know it. Dt by dt is 2 degrees Celsius per second. We need sigma A, no? Okay, let's write equation. We'll see where do we end up. There's a one equation. When heater switched off, we'll discuss the thing. Then how we can, let me write it. This is plus 2. C value of C is 80 joules per degree Celsius. Let's have this one. Okay, now we'll proceed here. What happened? No. When heater is switched off, we'll discuss. I think I have only this much of method available. The heater is switched off when temperature reaches 30 degrees. Temperature of what? Temperature of this particular block. When it reaches 30 degrees Celsius, it is being switched off. Now and falls at a rate 0 point after the heater is switched off. Falls at a rate. What is the equation we shall write here? it will absorb it. There won't be ether, no, here. There won't be ether, am I right? It is going to absorb the heat, it is going to emit and absorb. The loss is what we have, that one. So here I'm going to write sigma A, temperature T30. Okay, already 30 degrees we have written, no? Temperature at 30 degrees to the power of 4 minus sigma A, temperature T0 to the power of 4 should be equal to ms dt let me take it in this way. So sigma A T30 this fall is how much? -2. Okay, already it's a loss. Loss means I'm no need to write minus sign, just keep the value 0.2, you write it. I think we know from that, from this sigma A T0 to the power of 4, this you can replace, no, here, and you can solve, you'll get the temperature, this one. So this you have to T30 you have to convert into Kelvin, 273 plus 30. We don't know that A, no, that can be eliminated. Anybody value power of heater? The equation 1, equation 2. Anybody just give me the value. Power of heater. Next second part, when it is when temperature of block is 25 degrees Celsius. Now write down the equation. When temperature of the block is 25 degrees Celsius, power radiated by the block. So again it's going to, the heater is going to supply it is going to absorb heat from the surface. Power radiated, radiated means it is switched off when temperature. Power radiated is telling, no, the temperature of the block is 25 degrees Celsius. It should minus of this, it will gain heat. Radiated means loss, or what we should take? Sigma A T25 equal to ms dt. Power loss is asking, no, power radiated by the block. Power radiated means here we should take the emission or the resultant of that. I think this is some emission absorption. It's telling only radiation. Radiation means I'll take the difference here. Power radiated, will write it here. Somebody should give me value first. Heater. Anybody value? Option B, 160 watt. Okay, yeah. Next, after this, power radiated. Check answer. Power of heater may not be 160. I wrote it earlier. This may not be. You have to solve these equations, and if you give answer, okay, I'll proceed. Okay, now say what will be that some value. How much of value will come based on that value? No, this how much value is needed. Huh? If you give me this value, then I can go for. Shrestha, is it exact 160? From calculations you got it. No, even the nearest, I want something like is it by calculations or just somebody is telling? That is a major problem. Solving 1 2 only, you should get the answer. That is what I'm telling. How much it will be? 160. Yeah? Approximately. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, nearest value. Actually, there's a problem. Whereas if this is 160, the temperature of block rises to this will also become 160. You see here.